Anger is wisdom. It tells me to wake up, pay attention, listen. Anger tells me something is wrong, needs to stop now or change soon. Time is short, and I am precious. Anger teaches me how to be discerning about who I allow into my most intimate spaces, how to divvy up my time, and when to create new boundaries. Even though I've been thinking and speaking openly about anger since my mid-20s, listening to and respecting it continues to be a work in progress. When I don't listen, I allow toxic people into my life, like a therapist I saw for 2 years before they groomed me into dating them. As a child, my role was to be agreeable, polite, helpful, a good listener. I was expected to be seen, not heard, to smile and laugh in the right places, to act lighthearted and happy, even though I was being sexually abused, physically abused, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually abused. Physical expressions of anger that were sanctioned in my family included being silent, hiding, cleaning, acting excessively, almost obnoxiously cheerful. Physical expressions of anger that were taboo included saying no, looking angry, trying to talk about it, crying. I can still feel the oncoming rush of my father, a quick shove, a sharp jab, being jerked around by my arm, drugged by the hair of my head. Anger was swift, unpredictable, violent. In my early 20s, I became a master of disappearing, especially in the dance classes I attended after moving to Chicago. No one asked me why I was trying to disappear, but they could see it in me clearly. You're alive. Breathe into the movement. Stop hiding. Under the bed, inside the tiny alcove beneath the stairs, in the belly of my sister's closet. How to become as inconspicuous, as small as possible. Sometimes dance classes were accompanied by body sensations: a stiff neck, an upset stomach, pain in my chest, hips, thighs, legs. I didn't recognize it then, the process of unnumbing, moving from disassociation to sensation. I just felt this inner terror and an aching need to fit in. Copy what they do, laugh when they laugh, nod when they nod, use the same words and phrases, the same tone of voice. Help them feel special, important, valued. Smile politely. Shrink when they're uncomfortable. Strip yourself of any identity and just blend in. It's a slow kind of death, learning to become a ghost in your own body. Squashing myself down became a hot brick in my stomach. A furnace in a tiny windowless room. 30 years old, anger turned inward to rage. An unconscious hatred of all things me. It shot up from the bottom of my stomach, squeezed around my ribs to burn the back of my throat. A buildup of pressure in my head. Constant migraines. Everything raw and hot and heavy. Stuck in my body behind a mask of quiet composure. I isolated myself between intimate relationships, dating 4 different versions of the same person over a span of 6 years. The last being the predatory therapist who groomed me into dating them. During that relationship, I began to feel suicidal. I worried because it had happened once. Me, barely a teenager, swallowing a handful of pills I heard would do the job, and then going to bed, praying I would never wake up. But I did. 2 jarringly bright triangular flashes of color, and the sounds of cymbals crashing in my ears. Even though the room was black and everyone was still asleep. I stumbled to the bathroom and puked up blood for what seemed like hours. Then I cleaned myself up and went back to bed. It took more than 10 years before I told anyone about it. Somewhere in all that grief, something shifted. Anger put his arm around my shoulder, pulled me closer, and whispered, "Pay attention, my love. Stop wasting me." It took me a while to get it. All those toxic people I allowed into my life, they didn't deserve any part of me. Not my thoughtfulness, curiosity, playfulness. Not even my anger that can be put back into myself. I started thinking about all the predators in my life. The ones there in my birth, those I'd invited in later. How dysfunctional I'd allowed them to make me. I thought about all the dreams I have that I get sidetracked from because of this perpetual state of unresolved trauma. And for the first time in a really long time, I wasn't steeped in grief, but a deep rooted anger that said, fuck this. It is not you. You are not the problem. They want you to think you're the problem, to shrink, to shut the fuck up, because your voice is powerful. And they are terrified of that. Your power. These days, I make a practice of hanging out with anger on a regular basis. We have tea together. We watch movies. Sometimes we swim or play Mancala. Anger stresses the importance of listening to my body. Though she also understands the need to disassociate when life is too overwhelming to actively take part in. And I'm learning to listen, to welcome and tend to her, to honor and celebrate him, to ask them what they need, what they're trying to tell me. Anger tells me to live without shame or self-deprecation. He reminds me that arguing takes up precious time. She teaches me the importance of the long game. Sometimes I can hear them pounding alongside my heart, almost like a purr. And I have to remind myself that she is me and me is he, and that this entity is a delicate balance of everything that makes us who we are. Not one face, but millions. That I'm not powerful by association, but simply because I am powerful. That I'm fortunate enough to have choices I can make about who I am, who I become, and how I walk in this world. All right, I think I'm done.